Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Angela Kudger with Legacy Holistic Health Institute. Do you know how to reinvent yourself for the new year that's coming up? In this video, I'm going to teach you a mind, body, and soul approach that you can take at any point during your life, but it is especially powerful at the inception of a new year. And so we're going to talk through some critical things you're going to want to do, especially if you're a woman over 40. That's the perfect time to begin to reinvent yourself, who you are, how the world sees you, and how to seat yourself deeper into your purpose for the planet. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, and your comments. This channel thrives because you give it the attention it deserves. Tonight, I will be announcing the first winner of the Mindfulness Prize for the month of December. And I know they're going to be so happy. The directions on how to redeem your prize are going to be down in the description below this video. So when I call your name towards the end of this video, you're going to want to make sure that you go completely to the description and make sure that you follow those instructions explicitly. Okay. Now, if you do not win this first time around, don't worry. You will win. You may win towards the end of December. Okay. We'll be doing another drawing, and I might do a bonus drawing at another point during this month, but there is at least one drawing the night of the 15th, which is I'll announce the winner tonight. And then I'll announce another winner on New Year's Eve, or the video that drops at 7 p.m. on New Year's Eve. If you are new to this channel, we dedicate this channel to the health, wellness, and spiritual evolution of women over 40. If you're not a woman or you're not over 40, we still welcome you here, but just know that the content that is on this channel is structured specifically for those goddesses. All right, let's jump into the content. So when we're talking about reinvention, there's a few things that we want to be keyed into when it comes to reinventing ourselves. The first thing that I want you to know is that when you are thinking about making a change, it is usually the universe is nudging to you to make sure that you understand that it's time to evolve again. Now, that can happen in several different kinds of ways. Maybe you're looking for a career shift. Maybe you're looking for more visibility online. Maybe you're looking at starting a business if you don't have one already, enhancing a business you currently have. Or maybe you're looking at starting something altogether new on your career path. When you receive those nudges, and a lot of that happens to women over 40 towards the end of the year, you want to make sure that you're beginning to honor this in the way that is in alignment with the way the universe is trying, or God is trying to nudge you. And so let me talk to you a little bit about what those nudges might look like, because sometimes we can think that it's one thing and it's really God's way of saying it's time for you to shift the direction that you're going in, because there is greater down the path that I'm trying to lead you, right? Or whatever deity or whatever all-encompassing unlimited power or source you think about or you go to in your personal life. And so those nudges can look like waking up consistently at 3 a.m., right? And I mean, when I say wake up, I mean, like you're clear, like your mind is clear. You can go back to sleep, but it's after intentionally trying to go back to sleep, where you're completely awake, you're completely clearing your thinking. And that's like having a clear line for the universe to then give you something or pour something out to you. So that's the first thing. You wake up at 3 a.m. or between 3 and 6 a.m. They usually call these the witching hours, when the veil between the spiritual and the physical realms are very, very thin. And so if you're waking up consistently at this time without an alarm, and your head is clear to the point where you can sit up in bed and actually hold a conversation, that means you're probably getting a nudge from the universe. In many cases, some kind of message is trying to come through, and you want to go ahead and sit up and honor that. Now, there's a few different things you can do when you get these messages. You can either take a journal and write something down, keep some pen and paper by your bed. You can sit up, drink water, and then do a meditation to start to listen for the messages. Or you can simply ask, show me, teach me, tell me what it is you want me to see. Right? You can be very simple, and you don't have to necessarily sit up to ask that question. You can also do a voice journaling note with a voice message on your phone or a voice recorder app. You can do that as well. You can do a lot of different things to make sure that you understand what this message is all about. So that's the first thing that you know you're getting a nudge. The other thing that you want to be aware of are physical body symptoms that get your attention. These are these can be and these might also be in alignment with your ascension, and I'll do a separate video on ascension symptoms. When you're going to a higher vibration, sometimes your physical cells and where you are or where you've been in a different vibration cannot hold the vibration of where you need to get to be able to be someone completely different or someone that does something different. And in that case, sometimes you might have rashes of unknown origin that just disappear. They don't have any of, you don't have any other symptoms. Some people report cold and flu like symptoms that come and go just like that. They have no explanation for these things. Some people have bursts of energy or bouts of crying that have nothing to do with anything. They're not thinking about anything special. They get these surge of energies. Like the other day, I was walking around my home, and I all of a sudden just got this surge of energy, like almost as if just a power went through me, and I could feel it, and it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me do a lot of different things. But I immediately was like, this is a different kind of energy that is preparing me for something else. And so these are those nudges from the universe. You're going to start to get these signs. You're going to start to get these things to help you understand that it's time to reinvent yourself. And and everything that you have and everything that you were may or may not be accommodating or be allowed in this next level. And so it's very important for you to start listening, you to start paying attention to those nudges, and then getting the guidance or asking for the guidance. Some of you are already seeing numbers. That's another big thing, that you're getting nudged to go in a different direction as well. And when you layer all these different signs and symbols, you can start to see that, yes, my vibration is changing. I am shifting. And then what you want to start doing. So after you get these nudges, the next thing that you want to start doing is preparing. And that's what I'm going to give you tips on today. And so as you prepare for this reinvention, there are a few things you want to be aware of. Now, we're going to talk about this, I think, from a mind, body, and soul perspective, so that you can truly kind of hone in on which area you're going to need the most help with, or which area you'll need the most assistance with as you elevate your energy. So when we're talking about reinvention from the mind perspective, what you're wanting to do is catch the limiting beliefs that keep you cemented into what you would call your current reality or your current state. So you're going to start to, as you continue to think and go about your day, you're going to start to be more mindful about what you're thinking. And if it is something that doesn't feel good to your energy, you're going to start to catch these things and ask yourself, what do I want to think instead? What would be ideal for me to think instead? So for example, I caught myself in thought today in something that typically will frustrate me, but this time I was like, what do I want to think instead? And the thing that I wanted to think instead was, man, it feels good, because I had literally went to the gym, came home, and although I fasted, I also did a workout where I burned over 500 calories. So I started my day with a 500 calorie deficit and still fasted that day, right? And so some people might feel like, man, that's a lot. If you tell yourself it's going to be a lot, then that's what it's going to be. But one of the things that I caught myself being frustrated with something, and I stopped and said, man, it feels good to feel good in my body. It feels awesome to feel great and to feel healthy. I feel good when I work out. I feel good when I drink all of my water. I feel good when I take my supplements. My body just feels so good. And I remember cementing myself into that and just feeling invincible. Anything that I was getting overwhelmed with throughout the day kind of just melted away. And so that's what you're going to want to do as you move into this next level of reinventing yourself. You will be required to have new thought concerning yourself. You will be required to have new thought concerning who you truly are and who you want to be. So it's important that you key into these things. We also want to be aware of the types of people that we're around and the things that we take in that tend to shift and change the way we think or shift how we feel about our different thought processes. And so if you're around someone that has negative energy, that is in the space of complaining, blaming, shaming, anyone in those different areas, you definitely want to pull back and end the conversation, and not necessarily in the connection, but be aware of what is fostering that connection. Because as you change and as you reinvent yourself, you don't want to have to repeat the same kinds of cycles mentally that might keep coming up. Now let's shift our attention to the body. There's really only two things you need to pay attention to when it comes to reinventing your body, and that is your physical activity and the food or the things that you take in. Remember, food is information and food has a vibration attached to it. You're going to want to make sure that you eat things that grow closer to the sun, things that come from taller trees versus things that grow underground, right? You're going to want to eat your food as close to its natural state as possible. And I've said this in some other videos, but this is very important when you're reinventing yourself. It's important that you pay attention to parts of your body that you've never really looked at. Take a really good look at what your body actually looks like. I was, it's so funny now, but at the time it was not funny, but it is so funny now. I was in the mirror earlier this week, and one of the things, I was washing my face, and one of the things that I noticed was like a crease over the top of my eyes. And I just looked and I was like, why do I have a crease like on my eyelids? And I was thinking to myself, it's probably always been there. You're just now seeing it, right? And so during this time period of reinventing yourself, you're going to be one of those people that pays painstakingly close attention to your physical body. Things that you haven't seen before, you might see. You might notice a mole. You might notice a different birthmark. You might notice something that you haven't seen before. You also might notice signs and symptoms of things that you probably need to pay more attention to. Like, are you hydrated properly? Are you giving your body the rest that it needs? Are you giving yourself the self-care or self-preservation that is necessary to accommodate a higher vibration for your next level or for this reinvention? What does your next level require? And then what is it that you require from your next level? As you reinvent yourself, or as you look into who you truly want to be at this next level as you age, ask yourself, what is it that I'm going to require from the next stage of my life? How is it that I want to live? I personally want to live in a space of ease, grace, and a life that is lucrative. It is lucrative in love. It is lucrative in money. It is lucrative in friendships and connections. It is lucrative in purpose. It is lucrative in a lot of things without the hustle, without the pick me culture, right? Without waiting for someone to choose you, right? And so that's what my reinvention wants. That's what I require from my next life so that I can reinvent myself. What do you require? What is it that you love? What is it that you want to shift? What is it that you want to change? Do you need to change your living space? Do you need to rearrange furniture? Do you need to wear more of a certain color? Do you want to look more feminine? What is it that you want to require from your next space? And what is going to be required for you to elevate in that next space? And so when we're talking about the body is going to be how we show up in that next space. And so what you eat, how you hydrate, and how you pay attention to your physical fitness is going to be the key to having the vibrational energy that you need to accommodate you at the next level. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about relatively quickly is the soul. So when you're reinventing yourself, how does your soul play a part in this? Well, we want to remember that our soul is actually the one driving this amazing body that we have, right? It's like the soul is the passenger in the car that is the body, right? So we've got to make sure that the body is the way it needs to be so that the soul has an amazing car to drive. That's the way I think of this, right? An amazing temple to live in. And so when we're talking about the soul, we're going to want to pay attention to those deeper feelings that we have. One of the things that I do on a regular basis is whatever it is I'm feeling, I let myself feel all of it. If it's something that I need to go through or get through, I do just that. If there's someone that I need to reach out, and this is just my way, you don't have to do it this way. This is just my way. If I have to reach out to someone and truly tell them how I feel, I do that. And I do it from a space of, this is how I'm feeling right now, and I want you to hear that. I want you to know that, right? Because our feelings shift and change, and who we are is inevitably going to shift and change. You unfold the soul by allowing yourself to feel everything. Feel it all. Whatever it is you're going through, go all the way through it. It's going to come to pass. And when it does, you are going to be a great person. You are going to be smarter, brighter, faster, and more uplifted and have a higher vibration because of it. And so you want to make sure that while this is the case, while you're going through this or while you're understanding this at this level, you're going to want to make sure you're saying, now, what is it I'm going to require on the other side? What is it I'm going to need when I get to the other version of me? Right. And so when it comes to the soul, you get clear on what it is that fulfills your soul by spending time in nature. You get clear on the things that fulfill your soul by spending time in deeper meditations, by setting an alarm every day to ask and affirm what it is that you need or what it is that you want to be part of in your life and in the new part of the new beginning of who you're going to be. Now, make no mistake, there are people who believe that the start of the year doesn't happen in January. It actually happens in March. There is information that proves this, that the new year actually starts in March and not January. However, we do not want to ignore the heightened sense of newness and the collective energy of newness that happens in January every year. And so you want to make sure that while this energy is happening, you use it wisely, especially on January 1st and the portal for January 11th or 1/11, which is when Legacy's next class starts, by the way. But you want to make sure that you are paying attention to all of these things and you're leaning into how you feel. Let yourself feel everything. And be open and honest enough with yourself to say, this is how I'm feeling right now. And no matter what this feeling is, it will end. It will be gone. What do I want to do with this experience? How do I want to feel on the other side of this thing? And so I challenge you to take some time, not just this evening, but take some time at some point over the weekend, because this video is dropping Friday, December 15th. You're going to want to take some time over the weekend to make sure that you submit your goals for 2024. And I don't just mean, money goals and things like that. I want you to put some goals down there that have to do with your mind, that have to do with calling back your energy, that have to do with your body and where you want your physical body to be, right? Not just in size, but do you want your physical body to be in another country next year? What countries? Where? Right? And then start to write this down and start to envision these things for yourself and say, well, here's what it is I'm going to require going into my next level. Listen, I hope you got something amazing out of this video. In just a moment, I'm going to announce our winner, and then I'm going to show you guys how to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. Type a comment down below about what you're going to do in the new year. Now I'm going to take some time to announce our winner. So first of all, thank you guys so much for all the love that you have shown this channel over the last 15 days. We have been able to grow. I'm trying to still get to that first 1,000 followers. Hopefully we can get there by the end of the year. So if you bypass this video, or if this video came up in your news feed and you got some value out of it, please give this video a thumbs up and give it a subscribe so that we can get to our 1,000 subscribers and move to this next level on YouTube. If you've never shared these videos, start sharing them so that people in your communities can also subscribe to the channel to help us reach our goal. I think what I will probably do is have mindfulness giveaways once a month to those individuals in this audience to continue to build here on YouTube. Now, the first mindful prize is something that I absolutely love, and people always ask me either where I got it from, or they always ask me how they can get one. And that particular thing is going to be a leather bound journal with a crystal stone on the front of it. And that is the mindful prize that I'm going to send to Headquarter Morris. So congratulations, Headquarter. You were actually the first person who won the first drawing. The directions on how to redeem your prize are in the description of this video below. Please make sure you follow those instructions to the letter so that I know it is who you are, the person who you are, so that no one else can, try to, defraud it or anything like that. But congratulations, you won a leather bound journal with basically with what would be like waterproof pages. Trust me, you're gonna love it. And so you can use this journal to start writing down your thoughts, putting your different prayers and different things in it. So massive, massive, massive congratulations to you, Headquarter Morris. Make sure you follow the directions in the description below. Listen, if you haven't already yet and you caught this far in the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Something like this.